Hi everyone, this is Gabrielle from My Lovey, and today we are going to be talking about the difference between using measuring cups and weighing your ingredients. A lot of times you wonder, like, why does my breads don't taste as good, or my cookies are a little tough, or my cakes are tough. So there's a big difference between using the typical measuring spoons and your measuring cups and weighing out certain ingredients. And I just want to show you the difference. So if you have the opportunity to use a scale, you'll find that your stuff really does come out a whole lot better. So I have my little trusty scale. It's a Salter. I've had it, about 10 years now. And I always use measuring cups, so it's not like I don't use them. It's just that when you're trying to get something and you really want to perfect a recipe and you're wondering why, a big difference is measuring. And a lot of times, if you're using recipes, a lot of times they'll give you the grams, and you're wondering what that is. It's very, very accurate, even beyond the ounces. So I just want to show you and share with you some of the different things I've noticed in weight. So I have the typical things as if you were making chocolate chip cookies. So the first thing is we have our typical all-purpose flour, which I have right here. And what a lot of times you'll do is you will just, like, it will say, I need a couple of cups of flour. So a lot of times you'll go in there, you'll grab your flour, you'll measure it off, and then you want to weigh it. So here's a cup measurement, think not much of it. But typically a cup of flour is 8 ounces per 227 grams. So I want to show you kind of what the difference is. So I'm going to put on my scale. So it typically will come on, it will go to ounces. On most scales, you'll have a conversion where you just have it to grams and milligrams. So I have that. I'm just going to take a bowl. So I put it on there, and a little times you'll tare it, which means it sets it to 0. So it's negating this weight of this bowl. So I just hit it to 0 out, so now it's 0. So I'm just going to put in this flour, and this flour weighs 146 grams, which you really want your flour to weigh 120 grams. So imagine this is only 1 cup. Now imagine you might have 2 or 3 cups that you're using for making cookies or a cake or something. How much more flour you have now added to that recipe, and that could mean a lot of times why something is drier or it's just not rising the way you want it to be. So those are one of those things you can do. Another one that's really interesting to notice is brown sugar. So before I forget, and I will leave the comment down below for you, is there King Arthur flour has a really good list of ingredients, really pages and pages of it, and you can actually search within it, and it will actually tell you the dry ingredient, the ounces, and the gram weight. So what's really interesting, you think like a cup of liquid is 8 ounces, but its weight is really like 6 ounces. And then so you want to know those kind of things when you're doing baking. So, and I know we all have been getting into a lot of baking lately, so that's a really good thing to do. And these really don't cost a lot, less than $60, and usually just having a little, a battery here and there, and it will last you a really long time. But I want to show you what the difference was in the brown sugar. I'm getting flour all over me. So a lot of times, when you're talking about brown sugar, whether it be light or dark, it's saying, oh, you want it to be packed. But, how packed is packed? So that's why it's really good if you use a scale to weigh it. So here I am again. And one of the good things is you have a lot of ingredients that you have to put in one bowl. What's really good is you have like the one big bowl and you tear it out so it's set to 0. You put all your flour in, and then you can zero it out, add the next ingredient, zero it out, add the next ingredient. So each time you do it, it's zeroing out the weight that's in there, so you can just keep putting everything in a bowl. But let's just see if you want to do a cup of brown sugar. Now typically it will say a cup, and I'm using light brown sugar, and you want it to be firmly packed. So what's firmly packed? So I'm going to put it against my little container here. I'll kind of level it off a little bit. So I'm going to put my bowl right here. Again, I am going to tear it out to make sure it's set to 0. And now I'm going to put it in here. And it says 218 grams, which is supposed to be a cup of brown sugar. But technically, I only want it to weigh 213. Now I'm doing probably pretty good at smushing it, but still it's a little bit more. And depending on how much you have to add, that little bit between the flour and anything else you're doing does add up. Also, the other thing, which is really interesting, is when you are doing liquid. So a lot of times, you have to add water or milk or some kind of liquid, and it says, so many ounces. So you're thinking, oh, my measuring cup, on my eyeball, am I a little too low, a little too high? But water, a cup of water is 8 ounces, fluid ounces, and it's 227 grams. So you're looking at it and saying, okay, I think my measurements are pretty good. I'm going to measure a cup in here. So let's see. I'll measure my cup. And I think I might have it straight. Okay, so let's see how well we did. So we'll zero it out and we'll pour in what I think is a cup. And I come in at 226 grams and pretty good. 226, 227 is what I'm supposed to have. So that's pretty good. So, but a lot of times the big things I find is when you're using your dry ingredients, but it's just really easy just to tear it out and add them by using a scale. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to leave the link down below of where I get all the weights, and I use King Arthur Flour. They have a really good, very large inventory of the common things you might have to weigh. It's pages and pages of it. So hopefully this helped you, and happy baking.